Evening. Good evening, everybody. It's 6:30. We're going to get started because this movie is 3 hours. No, sorry, it's 1 hour and what 39. Just joking. Just joking. So anyway, my name is Hilda Singh, and I'm a fellow resident here at Atherton. And this Tuesday is the fifth Tuesday of the month, which means it's Movie Tuesday. Now, I also wanted to announce that due to updated copyright laws, we are not able to broadcast this movie over a closed circuit TV. But for those of you at home, you can come on down here. We've got lots of chairs available. You can come in your slippers, you can come in your pajamas, and we have lots of popcorn and water over there on the table. So come and join us if you would like. So, in the meantime, before we're waiting for more people to come, right? In their slippers, June. I'd like to announce the birthdays for this week. So let me see. Do we have these people in the audience? Virginia Grande, Susan Cool, Andrew Wang, Toshiko Yamagata. Well, if you see them on campus passing by, you have to stop them and sing happy birthday to them. Okay? So now I'm going to invite Linda Barrett up here to tell us a little bit more about the movie tonight. On.
There's so much we have to do before we can start talking. To take off our masks and then put them on when we leave. Okay. I'm gonna reminisce a few seconds or minutes about a trip I took 5 or 6 years ago with Atherton. How many of you went on the Atherton trip to Ireland? Anybody here? Wow, we had a big group. I guess they've all moved to another. So it was Atherton scheduled this trip, and we found out while we were in Ireland that we were the first year, during the very first year, that we were able to travel through the whole island without being stopped at the border. So it was the first year it was open borders between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. And most of you know that there are two countries in the island of Ireland. So the northern part is part of the United Kingdom, and that is called the and now I had it written down here, but okay, it's called Northern Ireland. But then the southern part is called the Republic of Ireland, and it's an independent country. So during this tour, we learned a lot about Ireland and how much the Irish love America. In fact, we were walking through a town in the evening talking, and somewhere they could tell we were Americans by our accent. And so somebody yells, "We love the USA." And so I shouted back, "Long live Ireland." So when we were driving we started in Dublin and went around and came up through going to enter into Ireland through Glasgow area first, because we came around the whole thing. And we just drove and drove. And finally the driver said, "You're already in Northern Ireland. You didn't know that, did you? Look at the road signs." So the only way you can tell is that the road signs are all in English in Northern Ireland, and in Ireland, in the Republic, it's in both Gaelic, which is called Irish, and in English. So it's dually written. We actually did spend 2 days in Belfast, and I even have a Belfast bag that's on my chair. So, what I want you to see is that in seeing, I gave you all this history about the background of the troubles which are mentioned in this movie, but the movie is really about the family, and it's not about the conflict you see in the background. And the movie takes place when Kenneth Branagh was 9 years old. It is not an exact biography of him because, for example, he has a sister and there's no sister in the family. In the movie, he doesn't put every single detail the same. And then I noticed by reading something about his aunt that there's some things that he has his mother doing that really it was his aunt doing. And he did not use the names of the family because he wanted it to to be able to see people to see things similar in their own lives to this life. During the conflict of when Kenneth was 9 years old in 1969, there were two groups, one called the Loyalists, who wanted to remain part of the United Kingdom, and they referred to themselves as British, and the nationalists who wanted to rejoin the republic in the south and they referred to themselves as Irish. Historically, the loyalists were predominantly Protestant and the nationalists were predominantly Catholic. But the problem between the two are about political problems. They're they are not about theology. It's that one group is the majority and has most of the rights, and the other is the minority and is lacking some rights. In many people did not join actively groups. They didn't want to get involved in any of the political problems. So most of the families are like this family that weren't involved in that. But in 1969, this family, which is Protestant, faced a lot of pressure from both groups, but mostly from Protestant loyalists. So, see if I have uh, the family that you can tell that Kenneth has a lot of love for his family, and they were supportive to each other. Kenneth said that it was the pandemic that caused him to write this story, that he was in lockdown and he had time to reflect, and he started writing and he wrote it within 2 months. And he talked about and when in an interview, he talked about his Belfast community as being made up of many, many cousins who were his neighbors. And if they weren't his cousins, they were his school friends. So right now we can begin the movie.